Hi guys, so I've been to New York a few times before, but I recently got the chance to visit with my mom. It was her first time in the city, which made it super special. It was the perfect opportunity to show her the absolute must-sees and my favorite spots. If it's your first time in New York City too, this 3-day itinerary is packed with iconic sights, amazing food, and those unforgettable only New York moments. Let's get into it. We started the first day at the Vessel, this crazy futuristic-looking sculpture in Hudson Yards made up of interlocking staircases. It kind of looks like a giant copper beehive. From there, we hopped onto the High Line, which is an elevated park built on a former railway line. It stretches for over a mile and winds through the west side of Manhattan. You get amazing views of the Hudson River on one side, and on another, you are walking between buildings, art murals, and gardens. It's one of the coolest urban parks anywhere, peaceful and lively at the same time. Later in the day, it usually gets really busy, so it's worth visiting it early in the morning. Next up, Chelsea Market and Foodies. This is your place. It's inside the former Nabisco cookie factory, which is kind of fitting because the smells here are unreal. The stores here are a bit touristy, but you can still find some cool souvenirs from New York here. It's also a great place to browse or snack your way through lunch. We went straight to Los Tacos #1, and I have to say, hands down, one of the best tacos I've ever had. Juicy, flavorful, and wrapped in a freshly made corn tortilla. They are legendary for a reason. After lunch, we walked toward the river and checked out Little Island. This beautiful artsy park built on a giant concrete tulip-shaped pillars floating above the Hudson. It feels like a sculpture you can walk through, and there are amphitheaters, winding paths, and gardens everywhere. It's like a peaceful escape in the middle of the city chaos. Then, we made our way downtown to Washington Square Park. This is such a classic New York City experience. The art, the fountain, the street performers. We saw live jazz, art performance, and even a guy playing piano under a tree. It's a magnet for creative energy. Did you know that this park has been a gathering place for artists, poets, and musicians for over a century? It's really one of those places where the spirit of New York comes alive. By now, we're hungry again, so we stopped for a classic New York slice at Joe's Pizza. This spot has been around since 1975 and is known for doing pizza the classic way. Thin crust, slightly crispy, and foldable. There's always a line, but it moves fast and it's 100% worth it. Then we kept walking through NoHo and SoHo. I love this part of the city. The cast iron buildings, cobblestone streets, cute boutiques, it just feels so stylish but laid back. And this is where we did our little dessert tour. First, Levain Bakery. The cookies here are thick, crispy on the outside and gooey in the middle. We got the chocolate chip walnut, and honestly, it's the best. I always bring a whole box of those cookies back to Toronto. And then, Eileen's Special Cheesecake in Nolita, a family-run spot known for making light, creamy, perfectly balanced cheesecakes since the 70s. It's not overly sweet, super light and creamy at the same time. Just your perfect New York City experience, and you can pick from so many toppings to it. From there, we wandered through Little Italy. It's smaller than you might expect, but it still has that old-school charm with red, white, and green flags everywhere, Italian delis, and historic cafes. We passed Mulberry Street, which is the heart of the neighborhood. If you have more time, it's a great place to sit down for pasta or espresso. Then just a few blocks over is Chinatown. It's such a vibrant and bustling area. We didn't stop for a full meal here, but it's a great spot to grab dumplings or bubble tea if you are not already stuffed like we were. After all the sweets and city walking, we walked down to the South Street Seaport area for a drink at Jeremy's Ale House, and if you've never been, it's such a character-filled dive bar. It's a great spot to just relax and soak in a different side of New York City. There are brass hanging from the ceiling, left by patrons over the years, which give the place a really grungy vibe. And if you order a large beer, don't expect a pint. It comes in a plastic quart container, and it's massive. After that, we headed back to Queens where we were staying, but the day wasn't over yet. We stopped for dinner at a local spot known for Nashville-style hot chicken, crispy, spicy, with fluffy buttermilk biscuits and creamy grits on the side. It was so spicy, but worth it. Then, to end the night, we walked over to the Pepsi-Cola sign at the waterfront in Long Island City. This spot gives you one of the most underrated views of the Manhattan skyline. We got there just before sunset, and the light over the East River with the skyscrapers glowing, it was the perfect end of the day. Day one was packed, but it really hit that balance of New York City energy, culture, and food, all in one go. But let's keep it going, because day two was just as amazing. So for day two, we kicked things off on the Upper East Side. We passed by the Guggenheim Museum, and even though we didn't go inside this time, just seeing the building is worth the detour. It's that famous white spiral structure designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, super futuristic looking even though it was built in the 50s. From there, we headed to the Met, one of the most iconic museums in the world. It's huge, like over 2 million pieces of art huge, and the building itself feels like a palace. We didn't go in this time because my mom is not that much into art, but if you love history, art, or design, this place is a must. So after the Met, we walked into Central Park, and for my mom, it was honestly one of the most memorable moments of the trip. We hit it during the cherry blossom season, and the pink and white blossoms were just unreal, like walking through a postcard. Central Park is massive, over 800 acres, so if it's your first time, just focus on a few key spots like Bethesda Terrace and Fountain, the Bow Bridge with super romantic view, the Mall, which is a beautiful tree-lined walkway, or Sheep Meadow if the weather is nice. I found a perfect spot under one of the cherry blossoms and enjoyed the Levain cookie I had saved from the day before, right there on the rock. Cookie plus blossoms plus music, kind of a perfect New York City moment. Bethesda Terrace is one of the park's most iconic places. You've probably seen it in tons of movies. It's that big stone staircase overlooking the fountain with musicians after playing under the archway or in front of it. We saw a guy playing saxophone there and he gathered such a big crowd. Central Park has also some of the best photo spots capturing New York City skyline and the park on one shot. Lunchtime. We went for one of those New York City secrets, a hidden burger place inside a fancy hotel. It's literally tucked behind a curtain inside the Thompson Central Park Hotel, and it's called Burger Joint. Super no frills, cash only, with handwritten menus on cardboard. But wow, the burger was juicy, cheesy, and so satisfying. Definitely one of those fun New York-only food experiences. From there, we walked down Fifth Avenue, famous for its high-end shops and iconic buildings. We passed by St. Patrick's Cathedral, which is just stunning. It's this huge Gothic-style church right in the middle of skyscrapers, and the contrast is so striking. Next up, Rockefeller Plaza, home of a two-day show, the ice rink, and the big Christmas tree during the holidays. Even in spring, it's a fun spot to explore. You can go to the top of the rock observation deck here too. Amazing views of the Empire State Building and Central Park. We kept walking and stopped at the New York Public Library, the one with the stone lions out front. It's not just a library, it's a piece of New York City history. The main reading room inside is absolutely stunning with high ceilings and chandeliers. The whole interior is really stunning and it's really made to impress you with all the beautiful marbles everywhere. All the details are really breathtaking, and even if you are not a usual library visitor, this one is definitely worth it. Then it was up to Grand Central Terminal, and this is one of those places you have to see even if you are not catching a train there. The ceiling is painted with a constellation map, and there's a secret whispering gallery near the Oyster Bar, and the whole building just oozes with old school elegance. It's a great place to slow down and just take it all in. Later in the day, we ended up in Times Square, and listen, I know it's chaotic and packed, but you have to experience it at least once. My mom really loved it. The lights are blinding, the billboards are massive, and it honestly feels like the whole world is there at the same time. There are street performers doing flips, people in full-on superhero costumes, Mickey Mouse giving out high fives, and a giant dancing Elmo, all happening at once. There's music coming from every direction, taxis honking, tourists spinning in circles trying to take it all in. Fun fact time, around 330,000 people pass through Times Square every single day. It's nicknamed the crossroads of the world, and it feels like it. And since we were already in Theater District, I have to mention Broadway. Even if you don't see a show, walking past the theaters is really cool. The posters, the buzzing crowds, the elegance of it is one of those things that just feels very New York. Question for you, if you could see any Broadway show, which one would it be? Then we popped into Beer Culture, a cozy bar and Hell's Kitchen with a massive craft beer selection. It's got a laid-back vibe and it's a great spot to wind down the night after a big day. Dinner that night was at Ivan Ramen in the Lower East Side, and whoa, this is not your standard ramen shop. Ivan Orkin, the chef, is originally from New York, but he made a name for himself in Tokyo before opening the spot back home. His story is pretty legendary. A white Jewish guy becoming a ramen master in Japan. That's a whole Netflix episode. Literally, check him out on Chef's Table. We tried few dishes, including the spicy miso ramen with super deep and rich flavor, deep-fried shrimp with yuzu, cold noodles with spicy sesame sauce, and for dessert, a perfect slice of yuzu Basque cheesecake. Everything we had was so good. If you are looking for one solid dinner spot that's not touristy but still iconic, this is it. So yeah, day 2 had this amazing balance of art, nature, city landmarks, and comforting, thoughtful food. I think it's the day where we really felt the heart of New York, from the culture to the chaos to the quiet moments in the park. Day 3 was all about Lower Manhattan and Brooklyn. Classic food, powerful history, and the best skyline views. Let's dive into it. We started the day with breakfast at Katz Deli, one of the most iconic eateries in New York City. It's been around since 1888, serving classic Jewish deli fare. If you've never been, you have to try the hot pastrami on rye. The meat is hand-carved in front of you, super tender, peppery, and piled high on rye bread with a smear of mustard. Portions are huge, so consider splitting it if you are not ravenous. It's definitely one of the touristy spots, but it's definitely not overrated. It's loud, it's old school, and it's pure New York. Just a few blocks away is Russ & Daughters, another Lower East Side institution founded in 1914. We didn't stop there as we're still full from Katz, but it's a place to get a lox and cream cheese bagel. From there, we made our way down to the 9/11 Memorial, and I really recommend setting time aside to visit. The two enormous reflecting pools sit in the exact footprints of the Twin Towers. Around the edges are the names of all the victims. Really powerful place. Right next to it is the Oculus, a striking white structure that looks like wings in flight. It's part shopping mall, part transit hub, and part architectural art piece, designed by Santiago Calatrava. Even if you just pass through, look up. We kept walking to Wall Street, which is the heart of New York City's financial district. It's kind of surreal seeing places like the New York Stock Exchange and the Federal Hall, where George Washington was inaugurated. And of course, we made our way to the Charging Bull statue. It was originally placed there without permission in 1989 and quickly became a symbol of Wall Street optimism and power. Even though it was raining, we still walked across the Brooklyn Bridge, and I'm so glad we did. It's one of the most iconic walks you can take in the city. The bridge opened in 1883 and was an engineering marvel at the time, the first steel wire suspension bridge in the world. The pedestrian walkway is elevated above the cars and gives you jaw-dropping views of Manhattan skyline, East River, and Statue of Liberty. Pro tip: start from the Manhattan side and walk toward Brooklyn so the views stay in front of you. Once we reached Brooklyn, we headed into Time Out Market, which is an indoor food hall right on the water. Tons of local food vendors. You can try everything from lobster rolls to Taiwanese fried chicken. If the weather is good, head to the rooftop terrace. You will get panoramic views of the skyline. I strongly recommend you to explore Brooklyn Bridge Park to get some amazing views over the Brooklyn Bridge and Manhattan skyline. We took some time to stroll along the piers at Brooklyn Bridge Park, and this is something I highly recommend you if you want to slow down and soak in the scenery. The park stretches over 1.3 miles along the East River and is divided into multiple piers, each with a different vibe, from grassy lawns to playgrounds and volleyball courts. Then we made our way into Brooklyn Heights, one of the most historic and charming neighborhoods in New York City. The architecture here is beautiful. Think 19th century brownstones, tree-lined streets, and cobblestone corridors. Next, we subwayed up to Williamsburg, one of the trendiest and most creative neighborhoods in New York City. There's a lot of street art, vintage shops, rooftop bars, and music venues, and the energy is so young and artistic. Williamsburg is easily one of my favorite neighborhoods in New York City, so if you have more time, I strongly advise you to allocate even a few hours to explore it. It has so many cool shops and cafes to dive into. We stopped for a drink at Brooklyn Brewery, which helps kickstart the craft beer movement in New York. You can do a tasting flight or just enjoy a fresh draft in the industrial-style taproom. Greenpoint is right next to Williamsburg and has a totally different vibe. It's a quieter, more residential, and has a strong Polish community. Since I'm originally from Poland, walking around here felt a little like home. You will see signs in Polish, traditional bakeries, and restaurants. We wrapped up the night at Paulie's, a wood-fired pizza spot in Greenpoint that locals love. It's dimly lit, cozy, and the pizza is seriously next level. They are known for creative combinations. We had their pizza with prosciutto, dried cherries, gorgonzola, and hot honey. It was really amazing. The crust is chewy with just the right char, and the ingredients are super fresh. We also tried arancini and Parmesan chicken wings from Pizza Oven. Everything was delicious. Pro tip, they don't do delivery, it's dine-in only. So either book your table, go early, or be prepared to wait, but it's 100% worth it. I tried quite a few pizza places in New York City, and this one is definitely my favorite. Highly recommended. Day 3 really brought together everything that makes New York special. History, diversity, incredible food, local neighborhoods, and unforgettable views. Even in the rain, the city still shines. Question for you. If you only had one day in New York City, where would you go? Or which of the spots I mentioned would you put on your list? Drop in the comments. And if you want to see more travel videos, check out my other videos in the channel. See you next time.